That makes about 10 fish that I've missed now. First cast was right on that branch hanging out of the water. I wouldn't expect less from me, to be honest. And I'm stuck in a tree, because why wouldn't I be? I can't do anything because I keep getting caught in a tree. So I just got snagged, lost my fly, snagged again. I knew that would happen. I don't even know why I tried it. Hey there, internet friends. So I am deep in the woods of the Pennsylvania wilds. I'm hiking up to some wild trout streams. I'm going to set up camp. It's a bit late in the day. I'm hoping to make it there to set up camp and get a little fishing in the evening before dinner, before it gets dark. And I'm going out with nothing except my fly fishing gear. And we'll see how this goes. It's just my wits and fly fishing gear against nature. And and that bag full of water, food, and shelter. But it's gonna be a lot of fun, I hope. We got a lot of rain here last night, I've told, and I'm sure the stream is gonna be high, maybe a little off color, but these mountain streams recover quickly, and I'm hoping for great conditions in the morning. So I will see you at camp. So I'm about halfway, maybe a little over halfway to my first campsite, my estimate at least. And I'm walking along a trail and I came across this. And I'm no expert by any means, but I'm thinking that's probably bear poop. So yeah, exciting stuff going on. So back to the hike and keep getting on. Okay, so I'm pretty close to where I plan on camping at, and I know that because I have to cross over this little stream, and this little stream is a tributary to the main stream that I plan on fishing on this trip. I'll probably fish this stream too, because this is a great looking little trout stream, and I'm sure there's trout in it. But I have to cross over, so I changed out my shoes to make the water crossing, because I even though I do have an extra pair of socks, I really don't want to get them wet on the first night and have to use them. So changed out my shoes. But the cool thing about this stream is when I first came across this stream up at the top of the mountain, it was roughly maybe 2 feet wide and maybe 2 inches deep, and just running over some green moss, kind of like you see on those rocks there. And that's all it was. And then as I progressively made my way back down towards the bottom here, I crossed over some springs that were feeding into it. I'm sure there were other springs that were feeding into it that I didn't see, plus on the other side. And it went from that little trickle to this stream. And I think that's pretty cool. But definitely I wanted to try fishing this at some point, just to see. I'm sure there are some brook trout in here, but that's my story, and I'm going to continue on to camping. Let's take a look at the home for the 3 nights I'll be here. Sleeping quarters, I should say. So I got the rain tarp, of course, in case it rains, which it did rain a little bit as I was setting up. And you can see some moisture on here. Could be from that, but it also overnight it gets cold, and the water and vapor condenses and it gets on there. Keeps me dry. And then inside, of course, I got the hammock. I got a mosquito net and a sleeping bag inside there, and an under quilt under the hammock, because I will tell you, you will get cold if you sleep in a hammock in the cold weather without the underquilt. Your butt and back will freeze. So I definitely bring that with me every time. Even even in the summer when I do this, I usually bring it along just because 50 degrees to me is cold and it'll keep me awake at night. So I like to have the underquilt to keep me warm. So that's where I'll be sleeping, and it's going to be fun. Alright guys, so it's night one. I made it to camp. I built my hammock setup and set up my rod. Unfortunately, it was too dark by then to do any fishing. So I'm going to have to wait till morning to do that. So right now I'm making dinner. And I got some water boiling there on the stove. And I got some dry pack of meals. And I'm going to pull them out and decide on what we're going to eat tonight. So stay tuned. Alright, so I've decided on the sweet and sour pork freeze-dried meals. I brought 3 of them for 3 nights. And just add water, boiling water, let them sit for a while, stir them up, and they're ready to go. And they're always usually pretty good, actually. So I added the water. It's ready to go. I'm going to eat, and then I'm going to hit the hay. It has gotten really cold here since the sun went down. It was a really nice day, and now it's gotten cold. I can see my breath. So I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning. So this is day 2. It got real cold last night. It's still pretty chilly this morning. I didn't have a great night's sleep. I woke up several times. I don't know why, because I was plenty comfortable and plenty warm. But for some reason I kept waking up. So anyhow, this morning I'm gonna fill my bladder up here with some water from the stream, and I'm gonna make myself a nice cup of hot tea to get going. And I'm gonna hit the stream and do some fishing before I pack up camp, and then head upstream a little bit to find a new spot to camp. So here we go, guys. So I finally got one. This little brook trout took the midge, and he just got off. Well, there you go. But that was my first catch, and he was only about 4 inches long, little guy. But my first wild trout here on this expedition. So pretty happy. Alright guys, got another one on the midge. Let's see if we can keep him on the line this time. And through the net he went, as usual. These little guys are tough. I don't even know why I bring the net when I'm fishing for these guys. But at any rate, see if we can't get them up here. Another nice little brook trout on the midge. Okay, buddy, calm down. Oh, and there he goes. He was a good 5-incher, maybe 6. But good one. So they're liking the midge, not the dry fly so much. So I decided to change up my rig to go fish back to the main stream. And as I was passing, I said, you know what, I'm going to try this little waterfall here. And with the nymph under an indicator, and I dropped it in there, and I got this beautiful brook trout. Man, the colors are amazing. Keep them in the water there. I was unsure if they would take it with the indicator. I didn't know if that would spook him, but he was hiding under that rock, and he just came right up and or he didn't come up, but he grabbed it, and here we go. Look at him. He's great. Got the leading white edges, the red spots. What a great fish. Let him go back to hiding under that rock. Wow, that was pretty exciting for me, actually. All right, so I got camp all packed up. Getting ready to head out. Don't know how far I'm gonna go. Probably not that far today. I'm just gonna move upstream, hopefully find some better fishing. I caught a few brook trout on the tributary, which was a lot of fun. I haven't caught anything in the main stream yet. And this particular area doesn't really seem all that great for holding fish. It's kind of flat, featureless. There are some rocky areas, but it is a really nice stream. So I'm hoping if I go upstream a bit, there'll be something a little better, maybe more fish, and I'll see you there. So I had to hike a little further than I had hoped to. There's a tributary that runs into the main stream here, another different one that I wanted to fish. I was going to set up camp near there so I could fish it in the morning, but it wasn't to be. I could not find trees suitable distance to hang the hammock, and that's one of the pitfalls of hammock camping. But I did finally find a spot, and upstream I will say that the water does look a lot better, a lot more fishy, more rocks, more riffles, more places to hide. Doesn't mean there's fish here, also doesn't mean that I'll catch them, but we're gonna give it a go. All right, I hooked one in this big pool here. It feels like a decent fish. It looks like a brown trout. It is a brown trout. That's a wild brown trout caught in this stream. I knew there had to be one in here. I kept drifting and drifting, trying. He is a nice one too. Let's see if I can get him in here. And there we go. I think we got him. Wow, that is a really nice wild trout, wild brown trout. He's a good 15 inches, I would say. So it's last night at camp here. Tomorrow morning I'm going to pack out. I'll start hiking my way back to my vehicle. Maybe fish that little tributary that the trail goes along. Maybe just a few spots. Maybe not. Depends on what I feel like. But it's been a lot of fun. Been cold every night pretty much. Right now it's under 50 degrees. I just looked at my thermometer. So it's been cold. But I saved the best meal for last. Chicken and dumplings is my favorite. I usually mix it up. The meals I bring, they're all freeze-dried meals. But that's one that I bring every time, chicken and dumplings. So save the best meal for last. And tomorrow morning, like I said, it's time to leave. So see you then. So this is the start of that brook trout stream. I guess this would be considered the headwaters. So I don't think we're too far from the very beginning, the spring of this thing. And you can see, I mean, that's no more than 3 feet at the widest and 3 inches at the deepest. And as you go up further, it gets even smaller. But so pretty cool to see the evolution of this stream as you wander down the hill. All right, day 4, and I've made it out. I have about another half mile or so to get to my car, and I'll be driving home. Had a great time. Day 1 was just hiking in, setting up camp, getting ready for the next day. Day 2, I fished a tributary. I fished a mainstream a little bit, had no luck. Fished a tributary, caught a handful of brookies, a lot of fun. Made my way upstream. That evening, I fished the mainstream again and caught a load of brook trout there. Another 5 or 6 load, but they were in every riffle, every run. They were really loaded up there. And then day 3, I fished a tributary, which was also loaded. Caught maybe 6 or 7 there, and I probably missed as many as I caught for sure. Whether it was I set the hook and they got off, or I missed them on the set. And then day 4 was just packing out, making my way out of the woods, and here I am. So it's been a blast, and until next time, guys, cheers.